Hi, I'm Greg Koch, and I'm here to talk to you today about an amazing new amplifier called the CyberTwin SC. Now, for those of you familiar with the old CyberTwin, you're going to be freaked out at some of the new and crazy things that exist inside this new amplification device. And for those of you that are new to the CyberTwin family, prepare to be pummeled by this technological freak of nature. So prepare to spend a little time with us here today as we talk about this fine amplification device, because we're going to have a little fun doing it. Are you with me? Okay, let's begin. I was first introduced to the CyberTwin back in the year 2000 by my friends at Fender Musical Instruments. And the idea of the amplifier intrigued me quite a great deal because over the years of doing gigs and sessions, I've had to acquire many different amplifiers and effects. And to go out to do a session or a gig or whatever the case may be, next thing you know, you're packing along a bunch of amps and devices, your back is killing you, you're broke maintaining the stuff. So the idea of the CyberTwin being able to conjure up a bunch of different convincing classic amplifier sounds via the cybernetic amp design, and also being able to conjure up and utilize creatively a variety of different effects intrigued me a great deal. And when I got the amp, it delivered on all fronts, and I used it exclusively for quite some time. And now what they've done is they've even taken it a step further with the new CyberTwin SE, which has even more gadgetry and, dare I say, savagery. And here to talk to us a little bit more about some of these new, I'm going to say discombobulators, is our friend Shane Nicholas, Marketing Manager of Amplifiers for Fender Musical Instruments.
Hi, Greg. Let's talk about the CyberTwin, shall we?
Yes, if we could. Let's just review a little bit, perhaps, on cyber technology, philosophy, things of this nature.
Okay, well, the original CyberTwin, which came out a few years ago, had huge success and great sales and everything based on the fact that it was really something very new and the kind of the latest gee-whiz gadget that people were talking about, and you're naturally going to have a lot of excitement up front with a product like that. Mm-hmm. But the CyberTwin went on to be staple core product within Fender's amplifier product line. And I think that's because musicians all over the world realized that this was like a tone toolbox that you could turn to get the job done. And it really convincingly was able to recreate all the basic things that you would need, whether you're a hobbyist or a pro. Different amp types, different effects types. And I think a lot of the reason it sounded so good was that it's a very hardware-based amp. There's a lot of software in it, but it's also got resistors and capacitors and tubes and things that are being engaged or disengaged as needed to do everything from a tweed amp to designing an amp of the future that you never heard of. So it's possible to plug into a CyberTwin and have all the effects turned off and love it as an amp. Then when you engage the DSP effects, of course, you can go wherever you want to go. Okay, so we've established that this has become a core product and people all over the world love it and everything. But people have been calling in, emailing, telling the Fender field reps, hey, I love my CyberTwin, but what if it had X? What if it had Y? Well, we've tried to incorporate a lot of those modifications and improvements into the new CyberTwin SE. So it does everything that the original CyberTwin did, plus a whole lot more. There's new stomp box effects built in, everything from a simple overdrive pedal to some really crazy alienating type things, if you will. And then around back, there are a couple hardware and interface improvements that we're going to talk about also.
And cosmetically, we have a little upgrade as well.
Absolutely. You want to have it have a familiar Fender feel and look, but yet it should speak out and say, hey, I'm the new guy. So everything that the CyberTwin did before, this does, but it's just a little more of everything.
Perfecto. Let's get into this rascal in a little bit more detail if we could.
Let's go. All right, Greg, let's have you try one of the new timbre filters that's in the CyberTwin SE.
All right.
What I've got set up for you right now is a basic, clean, dry Fender amp sound. Okay, and now we're going to engage the Acoustic scoop filter.
Engage.
Now, I think this would be a really useful tool where, maybe with your band you're going to play 1 or 2 acoustic songs in the set. Do you really want to drag along your Dreadnought guitar and mic it up or plug it in or whatever for 2 songs? This is going to be really invaluable, for the gigging musician who wants to just be able to have an acoustic sound.
Even more versatile is this fine device with this. Very cool. Very believable. Come.
Another exciting timbre filter that we've installed in the new CyberTwin SE is a extreme mid boost that we're calling a squawk filter. So we've set up a preset that has that on it. Let's go into the amp parameters and you'll see the timbre is squawk. And what that is an extreme mid boost that we basically copied or studied an old wah-wah pedal, and a lot of players were known over the years for leaving a wah in the half cock position, and it really cuts through. You get great feedback also.
That's dirty.
Yes.
All right, this timbre stuff is very, very interesting indeed. But let's get to the chocolate, my friend, that overdrive pedal.
All right.
Bring it.
One of the big requests we had from people who were CyberTwin lovers and users was that we stick a basic stomp box overdrive unit in there. So we did. It's controllable via your MIDI foot controller or even just the simple little 1-button foot switch that comes with the amp anyway. And for a lot of people, it would be nice to have a basic amp sound like a super reverb, and then you don't want to go to a completely different preset. You just want to kick it up a notch with a little bit of a boost. So here you go. Let's hear it.
All right. Here's it on. Here's it off. Chocolatey and robust, my friend.
Cantankerous.
Shane, I heard that there's another groovy effect, if I could use some time-oriented vernacular for this particular instance, that there is a fuzz lurking in this amp at this point.
It's lurking in there and you're going to dig it. Okay, we got a regular vintage stack with no effects dialed up. Now let's go into our effects menu and we just wheel through the effects that we have a choice of, and there's your fuzz.
Oh, yeah! That's weird and delicious. Some gristle there.
Yeah, now check this out. This is a new effect we have called Resolver, which is a lo-fi filter.
That's very, very disturbing.
Sometimes for an intro or a special part of a song, you want to break it down to that AM radio, telephone kind of tone.
No question.
It does it perfectly.
Excellent. Very cool. Delish.
One of the reasons that the original CyberTwin was such a success is because it convincingly recreated all the main building blocks that a guitar player needs to get the job done. Great amps, great effects, all that kind of stuff. Sometimes you want something a little sick, a little wrong. So one of the things we've stuck in the new CyberTwin SE is an effect called Alienator. And what this does basically is it degrades the waveform of the signal in an unpredictable way. And you can apply that degradation to your continuous control pedal if you want, and it might inspire a little creativity. So check it out.
Excellent. Hoey?